Our problem is not what we do, it's how we talk about it and with whom. Most of our debates, conferences and conversations are with fellow party members and people who are already convinced of our ideas and who are already voting for us. It is striking that in a series of European elections following the financial meltdown, social democratic parties consistently did badly. Notwithstanding the collapse of the market, we proved conspicuously unable to rise to the occasion. The irresponsible rhetorical grandstanding of decades past did not serve the left well. It is to be taken seriously again. The left must find its voice. There are plenty of things enough to be angry about. With heavy and dangerous elections ahead of us in many of our countries, the common goal of extreme right is extremely clear. The destruction of the EU as a democratic and political project. The situation has become this serious that even Angela Merkel starts sounding left because Europe has made such a major leap to the right. And now, most progressive citizens hope that the hesitating daughter of a vicar from the DDR can hold the flag high of the European democracy. I think that we as a progressive alliance can bring the alternative people desperately want. We must bring back hope again, not empty hope, but one with the true values of the social democracy and with clear answers to our urgent problems. And I think we as young people and as activists have a key role to play in that. Now I see with great pleasure that the PES and the S&D group and all their sister organizations are setting up great initiatives to bring us back on the streets and back into the political race. I don't like the word movement actually. We need to be a strong party, a strong alliance with strong leadership in order to score again at the elections. And then we can become more of a movement to keep people involved. Only when we're in charge, we can really change things. And I think we're on the right way. In April, I was given the opportunity to become part of the S&D School of Democracy, one of the great new initiatives of the S&D group. Each year, 100 young people between 18 and 25 can become part of this team and work together across borders on our common progressive story. Either by writing articles or by attending many of the conferences, where you really can have an input in concrete proposals towards the party, towards MEPs, and towards other politicians who will take the ideas back to their parliaments. We're working together as one big team, and we're trying to divide the task between all of our active members in all of our countries, in order to be visible and to be relevant everywhere. We also have very good collaboration with the S&D group, with the PES, with PES Women, with Rainbow Rose, and of course also with Yes and USI. And now we even have started working with a lot of other progressive organizations, like the European Student Think Tank, and even organizations from across the Atlantic. Now that was one example of one of our new projects, and before I continue with some more good initiatives, let's highlight one of the major visible improvements in our organizations, and certainly in the PES and the S&D group, and it's our brilliant communication on social media. Today, unfortunately, I think this is the first medium and the first step to make people aware of your ideas and your projects in a short and easy to digest and, yes, populist way. You will have to fight populism with left-wing populism before you can come to the core of your ideas. We have come too far in order to start with a decent and ethically informed public conversation right away for large audiences. For me personally, big congratulations on that to the communication teams of the European Progressive family. Back to the project. The S&D group is doing a great job with their relaunching Euro conferences as well. Not only by involving the citizens with our progressive and social European project, but also the local politicians who don't always see the electoral benefit of talking about Europe, instead of seeing the great impact Europe has on the local and regional policies. So basically, no social Europe equals not a lot of room for social policies on the local level. Once, one of our local representatives said to me, as I tried to have a chat, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. It is important because it's our fight for the election. So it's really important.
31 seconds.
No, wait. So So one of our local representatives said to me, as I tried to have a chat about the social Europe, that he won't talk about Europe because people don't want to hear it and because it doesn't produce any votes. This example, next to the fact that a lot of our trade union comrades don't even vote for our parties anymore, is really worrying me. I think we have a major task ahead of us, not only to convince the citizens, but also to put our red noses back in the same direction. And once again, I think we're on the right track and we're really at the beginning of doing a great job as a progressive family. I will skip the part of all the projects and programs that we are doing, and I will end with 2 more sentences. And now it is our task, dear fellow activists, to bring these great plans for the future, these plans for a progressive and social Europe back home, and explain them to our neighbors and our friends. Because that's the place where they belong, and that's where Europe in general belongs, between the citizens. And as you can see behind me, previous picture, that is exactly how I did it in my hometown, Bruges, during the 2014 campaign. The PES, the S&D group, and the Progressive Alliance in general must dare to be masters of the debate again, in a way that we know clearly what we want and where we are going to. But bear in mind that we can only do this as a team, an intergenerational team.
We do need to end now.
We as activists must guide our parties towards the same direction. And as you can see, if we persevere, next picture, if we persevere, we can lead again. Not only by being the front runner on European subjects in our own parties, but also by being leaders on the streets and rebuild the European project from its fundamentals. Both the citizens and Europe as an institution desperately need it. And let's do it on one of its core founding principles: ensemble, juntos, zusammen, samen, insieme, together. Thank you.